Okay, so I got into a little bit of trouble filming in the cave. I hate to report, but we've got a problem with the fridge. We're driving through Walidia, something like that, and there's people at the side of the road shaking keys at us. And Eddie's just Googled it, and apparently they're offering out a holiday home. It's people who are coming in and they need somewhere to rest. There we are. I guess it's their version of Airbnb. Welcome back to a Morocco series. We are at Camping Laguna Park, and I'm going to head in reception to see if they've got some space for us. Okay, they've got place for us. It's 240 dirhams, which is quite expensive in Moroccan terms, and I said that actually on the reviews, but that's 20 quid a night. It's got a pool, it's got electric, and they just said go find somewhere and help yourself. So let's go find a pitch. Okay, it's a little tight here, the spaces, but we've shoehorned it onto this pitch, put the awning out, and look at the view over there. It's a bit hazy, but that would be beautiful when that breaks through that haze. So we've all jumped through the shower. Unfortunately, we got here a bit late, and the pool was already closed at 7 o'clock, I think, so it's a shame. But there's a family of 5 next to us, and they're in a little VW T5 thing, and they've got an inflatable tent on the roof that they're just setting up. They're all sleeping, so we're a bit spoilt with this when you're travelling in such a small vehicle like that with 5 of you. The view over here is amazing. I just wish that haze would burn off. Hopefully we'll get a better view of that in the morning. Right, the boys want to finish the last episode of Ted Lasso. We're really behind on that. We've got the last one to watch, so we're going to kick back and watch that, and we'll probably pick you guys up in the morning.
Good morning, how are you this morning? I am obviously first up, I usually am, first up and out of bed, and I'm just going to go and find somewhere nice to stretch my body and have a look. Now, this campsite is one of the most beautiful campsites that we've come across so far. It's also one of the most expensive ones we've come across so far. Our pitch itself isn't that pretty, however we have got an incredible view. I've come to realise that what makes a lovely campsite for me is lush green grass. And this campsite has got lots of it. The top part of the site is dedicated to pitches for touring vehicles, and there are some overlanders here as well. In the middle part of the campsite there are villas, and there's also a couple of areas that are dedicated to tents. At the bottom of the site there's also these awesome tents that you can hire, and they've got these for shade during the day. But the reason we're on this campsite obviously is the swimming pool, and I've just realised there are 2. One with this incredible view, and a second bigger pool with a snack bar and some shade, and that's where I'm going to leave you because I'm going into the shade to do some exercise.
So there's more to this campsite than I first spotted yesterday, and there's another area here. It's got some big 4x4s in it, and there's 2 pools. So found the little one yesterday, found the big one today, and enjoyed a swim all by myself. Lindsay's been back here knocking up a beautiful breakfast. What have we got?
We have got a mixture of all the fruits that we've found and been given. It's all been thoroughly washed. We've got the grapes and the figs that we were given yesterday. I've never had figs before. These are delicious. Oh, except in fig rolls, which I really don't like. And we've got some kiwi and some of the green, I want to call it a prickly pear fruit, but I don't know if it is or not. And some nectarines, and I've not put melon in because there's just no room.
Thank you, my love. After breakfast, me and the boys enjoyed another dip in the pool whilst Lindsay was sorting out the motorhome.
I'm going to let you into a little insight into me now. I have 2 really weird quirks. One is that I can't go and enjoy myself until all my jobs are done. That comes from being a teenager and wanting to do well at a sport. I wasn't allowed to go and train until I'd done my homework or my chores, that kind of thing. The other thing is I cannot bear having dry feet. And I don't mean dry as in you've been in the shower and you've dried them off with a towel. I mean dry as in having sand stuck to them. I can get myself through it when we're on the beach, and I can get myself through it, you know, walking around outside, but I can't go to bed with sandy feet. It absolutely freaks me out. So what I'm finding myself doing is sweeping up so much. I know logically sweeping up is probably a losing battle, but then I also look at it as a if I didn't, it would just be like knee deep in sand, so that's a good thing. So tell me in the comments, have you got anything that others might describe as a little bit quirky like that? Let's share. I've already taken them around the nice bits of the campsite.
Okay, good.
You want to take them around the loos?
We'll have a quick whistle-stop tour of the facilities before we hit the road. Right, gents, there's several of these throughout the site. You've got toilets in here. You've got a Turkish-style toilet there. Another standard toilet here. And 3 showers in here. And like I said, there's several of these throughout the campsite. Guys, I've met Peter and Brooke, and they're in from New Zealand into Morocco, and they've just rented this for how many days? 10 days?
Yeah, 10 days.
Okay, and he thinks it's about, there's a transaction difference with the New Zealand currency. He thinks about 150 euros a day to rent this. You can rent them out here in Morocco. Let's have a quick look inside if we can.
Yeah, I think, go for it.
Thank you. So it's a fixed bed.
Yeah.
Up the rear, and the usual shower, toilet in the middle.
In the middle, have a look if you want, but
Right, and there's a drop-down bed here as well.
Yeah, drop-down bed.
Perfect. I didn't think you'd be able to rent something like this in Morocco, but...
Yeah, no, through, there's a few companies that do it, but they all seem to then connect back through Zigzag or whatever it is.
Okay.
And they dropped it to our hotel.
Oh, wow. They dropped it off for you.
And then he said, where do you want to drop it? And we said, the airport in the car park. And he's like, sweet, call me, and he just come pick it up.
Perfect.
And he just dropped in front of the hotel, so we're still in the hotel and had this a day early.
So have we been on your trip over from New Zealand?
What's that?
Where you been on your trip?
So 2 days in London, and then we went to I did a sailing competition in France in Quiberon in France for a week. And then we went and spent a couple of nights in Nantes in France. And then we were forced to go into Paris for a day because our flight was delayed. So we went and checked out shitty Paris. Loved it though.
When you're there, you need to just at least visit Paris once.
I'm not a big fan, but they've got some amazing stuff.
Well, what an adventure! What an adventure!
And then Portugal for 5 days.
Brilliant. We love Portugal.
And Lisbon, so quirky. It's like a mini. It's like a European San Francisco.
Yeah.
With the trams and the hills and the bridges the same from the same
We loved
architect.
it. Porto and Lisbon, we loved them both.
Yeah.
We loved them both. They're fantastic. They've each got a bit.
And then we don't know where we're going in Morocco. We just drive.
Just making it up. That's the best way. We're having a motorhome like that. That's what we do as well. We're got a plan. We're going to the Mazuga Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Is it? And we're trying to do the whole of Morocco in 6 weeks. Well, we've got 4 weeks out here.
Well, apparently this is the off season because people, where's it?
It's much busier in the winter.
Yeah.
We then showed Peter and Brooke our motorhome before hitting the road.
6 weeks. You'll kill each other by the end of that.
Right, we're in driving mode. Seats are all up. Cupboards are all packed. We're going to hit the road and find another campsite.
And just adding to what I said earlier, the floor's been swept twice so far.
So I can't tell you the pleasure in people's faces as they see us come by and they wave at us. It's amazing. They're genuinely really happy to see us. And this car's been flashing me loads. And I'm like, why is he flashing? They're just saying hello. They're just flashing and waving as we drive down the roads. Incredible. Come to Morocco, guys. It's beautiful. And the people here are just really friendly. It's a bit windy here, but we parked on the blue and whites. We can't park on the red and whites.
And you've got to park in the right direction if you're on blue and whites as well.
So we're at the supermarket stocking up with some yogurt and some bread, but they don't put the wine and the beers in the normal supermarket place. We have to go in the cave for that. Welcome to the cave. So they have a great selection. And beers over here. There's loads of it, but it is quite expensive. I'd probably say it's UK prices, something like that. There's a lot of tax on it. I think it's 80% tax on it. Okay, so I got into a little bit of trouble filming in the cave.
It wasn't real trouble, he was actually very lovely.
He was lovely, but he said, no photos. So there we go, we had to turn the camera off. Right guys, I'm packing the food away in the fridge, and I hate to report, but we've got a problem with the fridge. It's too cold, it's making ice everywhere, everything's freezing up, so I've got to turn it down a bit. No, seriously, it has absolutely been perfect. Switching to a compressor fridge in these heat, in this temperature, best thing we ever did. So we continued driving down the coast looking for a special campsite we'd heard about when we came across these camels at the side of the road. They were actually at the turn-in of what was to be one of the bumpiest roads I'd ever driven in my life.
There's a camel!
I'm literally doing 10 miles an hour. And this road is just rickety, and I've got 6 kilometres of this road to get to this campsite that we're going to. Now some of the reviews say it's one of the best campsites I've been to in Morocco, so I hope it is. I hope it's worth it. We eventually got to the end of the road and arrived at Spirit Nature Camp. We quickly set up our pitch and jumped in the pool for a dip. So we are on a lovely campsite. It's not very busy right now, but it does get busy in the winter, like many campsites around here, I think. We've been at the pool for probably an hour or so. The boys are still at the pool, but I'm playing up with the electric here. I keep tripping it out and it keeps resetting. So I think I'm going to run a separate cable to another power supply, see if that sorts it out. Because even dropping the amp down to 6 amp, I'm still tripping it out. So let's see if pulling 2 powers to the van would help. That's part of the reason I carry 2 leads. One is if it was too far away from the power supply, and I've had to use 2 leads before to get it there. Another to put the air conditioning and the van on separate power supplies. So see if we can find a spare one. So we've driven further south today. We're really getting down in the depths of Morocco now. Soon we're going to be heading right and into the desert and what have you. But right now we're sticking to the coastline. We have checked into Spirit Nature Camp, it's called. It's got a beautiful pool. We've been in the pool for a couple of hours until about 7 o'clock this evening to cool off. The boys are in having a lot of fun on the rope swing and playing with a ball in there. Look, we've got some chicken. Lindsay has marinated some chicken. We've got some jerk sauce on there, and we're giving that a go this evening. So yes, and we've also bumped into across here. That's the van of the New Zealand couple. The New Zealand couple that we met at the last campsite have made it to this campsite. What's the chances of that? Hilarious, although they've gone out in town this evening, something to eat. But there we are. We've got Lindsay's jerk chicken for dinner. Really looking forward to this. Well, dinner was lush, lovely, and it's getting dark already. It's getting dark quite early. It's 10 to 9, and it is getting quite dark out here. There's a few more vans coming in now, but it does look like a very special site. So I will show you guys around in the morning. Certainly the facilities on this one are top notch. Peter and Brooke returned for the night in town, and we sat outside the van chatting and drinking and putting the world to rights until we called it a night.
You telling them about the yoghurt that
I was going to tell them about secret yoghurt. Yes, good morning. We've found a new favourite yoghurt, which is...
No, I always knew.
It's a muesli flavoured yoghurt to have with our fruit in the morning, and it tastes perfect. It's beautiful. But the boys are not too well. Everyone's got a bit of a dicky tummy this morning. So we're in 2 minds what to do. We want to head to the nearby town. Everyone's recommending we go there. Maybe we'll take a taxi there. Maybe we'll drive, park the van there, and if there's any issues we can come back. I don't know, we're indecisive, it's early. We still got used to the pool, so I think let's go for a swim, clear our heads this morning, enjoy my fruit and muesli yoghurt, and we'll decide shortly. So the boys headed to the pool.
I've left Steve doing a data dump and editing one of the videos coming up. Back at the van, he's under the shade of an olive tree, which is very nice. I, however, am doing some washing. It's not long since we washed, so I'm just going to do 1 load. We might as well while we're here. It smells lovely and fresh. Let's go and find somewhere to hang it up and dry. This campsite is perfect. The couple who own it are French, and it feels very European in the way it's being run. So I've found somewhere to hang the washing. I brought my own octopus for the pants and socks. Now it's time to do it all up. Really happy to announce we haven't lost a single sock yet on this trip, and that's 3 loads of washing I've done so far.
Well, it looks like we're going to do another day here today. The boys can rest and get themselves feeling a little bit better, and I'll catch up with a bit of video editing.
I can't think of anywhere lovelier to sit and pay all our suppliers. If I have to pay all the suppliers, this is a nice place to do it.
Okay, it's felt like a day off today.
Yeah.
Even though I was up at 5:30 video editing, get this week's video ready for you. Lindsay's done 2 loads of washing, she's done the accounts. But we've put the camera down quite a lot and just taken the time to enjoy the pool and relaxing with your book and stuff like that. And without driving around and vigorously, doing vlogs for you guys. We're creating memories for these boys, and I think they've had dicky tummies as well today, but they have enjoyed a bit of downtime and a bit of chill time.
We've actually used the dicky tummies as an excuse to put our foot down and say we need to stop and do a 2-nighter. We didn't desperately need to do the washing, but never pass an opportunity to do some washing
while we're here. And It's got the facilities there.
Yeah.
It's a lovely, lovely site. It's the best site we've found in Morocco yet, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I think this is going to be a hard one to top. I think during winter it's going to be greener and lusher, and I think that will be even more beautiful. But the pitches are a great size.
They are.
The pool is gorgeous. The owners are fantastic.
And there's a lovely breeze in the air. It is a bit windy, so I'm hoping this mic's dealing with it okay.
And I actually think the showers are the nicest showers I've seen on a campsite.
They are great. Let me take you just see the facilities, shall I? So here's our great big pitch, and it is a big pitch. That table was propped up there just to stop the wind blowing on the mic. I put our hammock up in the tree over here, and here are the facilities. They've got lovely plants around everywhere. Ladies are through there. Here's your outside taps and sinks, and your inside wash basins are here. Your urinals and your toilets, which again are proper toilets, not your Turkish. And then you have these large showers. Look at the size of these. Plenty of place to put your clothes and shower in here. Even somewhere to hang your gown. Definitely the best facilities on any Moroccan campsite yet. This will be hard to top, I think. Lots and lots of pitches available, but that's just the summer. In the winter, I understand this place gets pretty full. There's lots for the kids here. Look, there's little tree houses and ladders and swings. And up the top, there's more swings for the kids. There's more swings. Look at this old tree. Lindsay would love that. There's netting for them to climb up in the trees. There's a trampoline here, and basically this whole area is like an assault course for the kids. George is in his element. There's even a large, I believe 18-hole crazy golf course out the back, and this is where the owners live. It's a French couple. They're very lovely and very welcoming. And this is the creme de la creme, the pool, which is the big draw for everyone. This is the attraction that most people come here for, I think. And of course the hospitality of the hosts. The kids have had so much fun in that pool since we got here yesterday and again today. They've just been constantly in and out of that pool when they haven't felt a bit under the weather with the poorly tummies, that is. But yeah, that pool's definitely the draw here. It is fantastic. And did I tell you there's scorpions here? They found a little one dead in the pool earlier on. It's actually a bit chilly tonight. I know you guys have been like, why are you going to Morocco for the summer? It's going to be way too hot. You couldn't be too wrong. You couldn't be so wrong. The weather has been beautiful. It's been, what, 25 degrees it is right now?
Yeah, the Atlantic coast, there's a good old breeze coming in most of the way down, but especially where we are now.
Right.
And apparently last night the couple who were parked next to us went into town, and the taxi driver told them off because he thought they should have a jacket.
And he said, no, I won't need a jacket, and he was freezing. So that'll teach him. I'd have done the same, to be fair.
They're from New Zealand, they know cold.
Absolutely. So listen, we're not going to head any further south. Was going to do Agadir. We're not. We're going to head inland now. I'll tell you why. Marrakesh is normally in the mid-40s. And in the next few days it's going to be actually in the mid-30s. So, and then the next week it's going back up to the mid-40s. So we're going to take the opportunity to do Marrakesh in slightly lower weather. Still going to be hot, no doubt. Still going to be hot. And we have got a lovely campsite earmarked with a pool. So we'll do that one. But that was it really. I wanted to check in with you. Lindsay cooked up a lovely dinner tonight. Well, I enjoyed it, you didn't. Nice bit of pasta. And
Pasta's pasta.
Yeah, and the nice bread you put with it as well is really good. It's really good. But there you go. Been a relaxing couple of days at this site. Back on the road. Back amongst it tomorrow. We'll catch you guys in the morning. We're just packing up the pitch, ready to move on. And I realised first time we got our hammock out on this trip. If you guys haven't got a hammock like this in your motorhome and the hammock straps, I suggest you head to our Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description and pick one of these up. They come in so handy. The boys love them.
Esprit nature means spirit of nature, and it is stunning here. This has been my favourite stop so far. Even though I love the hustle and bustle of Rabat, this has been a real stop, pause, relax. Okay, we were poorly as well, so it was needed, but I've really loved this resort. It's not even a resort, is it?
It's just a decent campsite with an amazing pool, as you can see behind us.
Yeah, and it's very European in feeling. The owners are from France. They moved here in 2008 and built this place themselves. They opened in 2011, so it's an established campsite. The pitches are huge.
We've got a huge pitch, as I'm sure you've seen.
Absolutely huge. And it feels very European, but also very Moroccan as well. Like you're getting the best of all worlds smashed together in this gorgeous, glorious place.
It hasn't been the cheapest of campsites either. How much was it, Lynn?
Altogether, it was 865 dirhams, so probably about £75.
About £75 for 2 nights, but that includes 2 washes and some bread as well.
And what we're finding is laundry here is very expensive in comparison to what we've paid in Europe the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't know what the prices are in Europe at the moment, actually, so it may have gone up there as well. But it's about £5 or £6 per load, depending on how big your load is. But absolutely worth it. Worth every penny. I love this place.
There'll be a link in the description, as usual, guys. But yeah, we've enjoyed it. Definitely come and check out this campsite. But next, we're heading to Marrakesh.